Right, everyone, it is Finn here, and welcome back to another live stream. And dare I say, maybe it's the biggest live stream of the World Cup so far, as it is going to be Morocco versus Croatia. What a game it is going to be. Obviously, this is just a tiny bit of pre-match talk that we're going to be doing. Game starts in about 19 minutes. And as I said, absolutely phenomenal game on our hands. I am tremendously excited for it. Obviously, we're just waiting for some people to roll in, as I am obviously recording this as a live stream. How else would you do a live watch-along? As I said, we've got some very hot topics to talk about. We're going to be going over the Moroccan national team, over the Croatian national team. As I said, two top quality teams with a lot to prove. Morocco obviously really showing off their attacking strengths in the African Cup of Nations, and with the addition of Ziyech, Mazraoui, Hamdallah, all of those brilliant players, they could surprise a team like Croatia. Saying that, Croatia obviously runners-up in the recent World Cup. Once again, absolutely nothing is a given, and it should be a tremendously exciting game. Obviously, we've had a lot of support over the recent live stream, so I would like to thank everyone who's been part of that support. I really do appreciate it. Once again, I don't know. A few months ago, I was wondering whether to do live streams for this World Cup. I'm excited for it. I think, once again, watching football, might as well live stream it. Might as well people joining live. I'm just checking my internet connection before we go on, making sure that everything is tip-top shape. Everything seems to be good. Once again, if you guys can let me know whether it's all your side, do let me know. Sure. Got about 18 minutes. We can see the team warming up. We can see the brilliance of Bono, the Moroccan goalkeeper, the African MVP of La Liga last season. He's busy warming up. And I feel like his goalkeeping strength versus a very good attacking forward Croatian team could be tremendously, tremendously important. Once again, I hope you guys are ready for a tremendous game like this. It's the earliest live stream I've done so far, so we'll have to see how it goes. As I said, this is a live stream I am excited for. Probably my biggest one I've done so far. I mean, obviously we did Senegal versus Netherlands. That was a huge one. Who did we do yesterday? We did Tunisia versus Denmark. That was also a good game. Obviously, Tunisia-Denmark, first points for an African team this World Cup. Whether there can be points gained here, once again, that is the question. Once again, we'll have to see whether we can get some valuable points here for another African team. Once again, apologies. I'm dragging out my phone to make sure the connection's all good on my side, whether the live stream is running smoothly, because obviously that is tremendously important. As I said, going to be exciting. About 15 minutes before the game, we will be running over the teams for both Croatia and Morocco in a second. So, once again, I think Morocco, from what I've seen so far, have one of their strongest lineups ready. I think same in terms of Croatia. They've pretty much got their strongest team ready and running up. But it should be a good one. 15 minutes until kickoff. Once again, it's going to be a tremendously exciting game. And don't forget to let me know down below who you're supporting for this, for a fixture like this, whether you are supporting Croatia or Morocco. Once again, I'd like to think that it's going to be a close game. Let's see there. How's the quality running? Of course, I get ads on my own video when I'm just trying to click in. Why? How's that fair? Okay, let's see how that goes. Okay, let's see what the live stream quality is like. Oh, is it breaking up a tiny bit from what I can see? That's a tiny bit worrisome. Hopefully it does pick up. Yeah, that's not great quality. Let's see if I can fix it. Okay, seems to be okay. Okay, quality seems to be okay. Okay, we're gonna just wait for a few more people to roll in before we end up going over the team sheets for both of these nations. Once again, going to be really exciting to see. And also don't forget to let me know where you're watching this game from, which side of the world you're watching it from. Obviously, I'm watching this from South Africa. Once again, it's 12 in the afternoon here, literally smack bang in the middle of the day. It's going to be an interesting one. It's an interesting time to have a game. Obviously, tomorrow, I've got two big live streams coming up. I've got another 12 o'clock game. I think that's Cameroon versus Switzerland. And I've got a later game on Portugal. That's going to be an absolutely huge game. I'm excited for that one. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, once again, I'm busy watching all the commentators now talking about it, all the pundits before the game talking about how it might be difficult for the African nation, which at the end of the day probably is. We've spoken about how this is an aging Croatian national team, but despite the fact that they are aging a tiny bit, I mean, they've still got brilliant players. They did tremendously well in the Nations League, obviously topping their group. So although this is let's call it an exiting a golden generation Croatian team, it is still golden generation. They can achieve some amazing things. And with youngsters in a team such as Gavardiol, obviously defensively, I mean, Kovacic has still got many more years in the midfield. This team can still do some serious bits. They've still got a lot that they can achieve with this current Croatian squad. Once again, in terms of Morocco, we're hoping that they can perform slightly better than they did at the last World Cup. I believe they came last place in the last World Cup. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether they can prove off a performance like that. Especially compared to the other African nations. We're hoping that obviously at least one African nation can do us proud here. Yeah, let's see whether that is Morocco or not. Okay, we've got about 14 minutes until kickoff. Once again, very, very exciting stuff. Have to see how that goes. We'll end up talking about the team sheets about 5 minutes before the game kicks off. I'm going to pop it on screen for you guys to see because I do have the pre-recorded lineups that are ready for the game. I do have them saved here, so we'll be able to talk about them before the game. Should be exciting. Let me know your score predictions down below in terms of what you guys think is going to happen in terms of results. In terms of what I think, I mean, it's hard. Once again, I do want Africa to do well. I do want the African nations to do well, but it's so hard to turn over the leaf that is Croatia. I think Croatia could take this one. It could be a 2-1. It could be a 3-1. I mean, it could be a 2 draw for all I know. I like Morocco's chances, but I prefer Croatia's. It is not going to be easy, whichever way it is. I mean, I spoke with Isaac. Obviously, we did a video together about a month ago. And obviously, in terms of what we believe the best possible starting 11 is for Croatia, we're very, very similar with our teams. And compared to the team that Croatia is putting out for this game, it is very close to what we believe the best team is. I mean, obviously, that midfield, I think, absolutely makes that Croatian team with Brozovic holding in that holding midfield position. Obviously, you've got Kovacic, you've got Modric once again. I won't go over the whole starting 11 yet. We'll do that in a minute or two. But it should be a tremendously exciting one. I don't think Croatia are going to quite achieve what they did in the last World Cup. There's no negativity in saying that. Obviously, they were exceptional last World Cup, reaching a final. I don't think they expected to reach that. Yeah, but we can at least be hopeful, a tiny bit optimistic in terms of what they can achieve. Got about 12 minutes until kickoff. In about 5 or so minutes, we're going to go over the team sheets, look at the team sheets in terms of which players are setting out for both nations. I do have, as I said, both team sheets ready. Obviously, guys, don't forget, if you are enjoying this and you're not subscribed, please make sure to subscribe as it helps the channel out tremendously. Also, don't forget to like down below. It helps the channel out, gets more people on the streams. Once again, it's just a chilled fun time talking about football. Once again, if you guys want to pop me any football-related questions, you can do so, or even personal questions, whatever. As I said, it's kind of just a chill sesh. Yeah, my favorite 10 minutes before game where they just play ad after ad after ad. We're probably going to end up going over the team sheets now, and then we'll do it once again before the game. The game sheets in terms of Morocco first. Yeah, let's go over the Moroccan team sheet first. So heading into this game, once again, Bona as the goalkeeper. I think that's pretty much a given. Absolutely fantastic goalkeeper. We've got Mezraoui, who traditionally plays as a right back. He's playing on that left back position. We've got Hakimi on the right back side. Once again, one of the best right backs in the world on this day. We've got Aguero. That's a centre-back option. We've got Saiz, once again. Seriously underrated centre-back. I mean, this man will absolutely chop you down to get the ball. In terms of the midfielders, Amrabat and Unahi, once again, I think that's pretty standard. I think I was kind of hoping for Shea to get some game time this World Cup. Amala, obviously, in the attacking midfield kind of position. We've got Buffel as a left winger. Once again, I went into this tournament believing that he should start, and obviously I'm not disappointed. Absolutely fantastic player. Was brilliant in the African Cup of Nations for Morocco. Let's hope that once again more eyes can be put on him. Brilliant player. Has been good for Unger over the last year or two in the French league. I think a brilliant move away from Southampton. Ziyech, once again, very quiet since moving to Chelsea, but hopefully he can reignite his career for this Moroccan national team. We've got Nesri as a striker. Once again, has reached the heights that he did in the Liga about 2 seasons ago in his 20 goal a season or 22 goal a season campaign. But once again, another player who could reignite his season or his career this tournament. Obviously, heading into the Croatian national team, it just, let's be honest, it is a brilliant squad. I mean, starting from the back, Livakovic, obviously, as we know, super reliable goalkeeper. He is Croatia's number one. You've got Sosa on the left back side, once again, being brilliant in the Bundesliga. Right back side, you've got Juranovic. Once again, I felt like heading into this tournament, he was one of the best options, although the Bayern Munich right back isn't too bad either. You've got Gvardiol, once again, one of the most promising young centre backs in the world at the moment. You've got Dejan Lovren, once again, self-proclaimed best centre back in the world. Let's not forget previous World Cup times. I mean, he just came out of getting to the Champions League final, World Cup final. I mean, let's be honest, brilliant season. Whether he can redo that this season, we'll have to wait and see. Midfield, as I mentioned earlier, pretty much a given. You've got Kovacic, you've got Modric, you've got Brozovic. I mean, what more could you ask for? In terms of the most complete midfield in the world, perfect. Brozovic, as we know, was the Serie A midfielder of the season last season. Luka Modric, once again, you don't have to try sell a Ferrari. I don't have to give you selling points about him. Kovacic, on his day, once again, he's had ups and downs in his career, kind of like a roller coaster. But on his day, super important. In terms of the wingers, we've got Perisic, who's kind of played as a wing back for Tottenham Hotspurs this season, as we know, super crucial in terms of creativity. As we know, Vlasic, although not brilliant at West Ham United, on loan at the moment in the Serie A in Italy, has kind of had a better start to his career. And obviously Kramaric as the striker, whether he is the best option, not too sure about that. As we know, top quality player in terms of assists. He can definitely provide for the players around him in terms of goals. He can score here and there, but not the most reliable out there. But that takes us to 8 minutes before kickoff. As we know, once again, as I said, I'm just going to pop up this Moroccan national team. Whether this team can beat the likes of Croatia, I think is going to be the biggest question asked. As we know, it is an absolutely fantastic team. I feel like in terms of each individual on the pitch, I could almost point at them and say how heavily underrated they are. Once again, in terms of Bono, one of the most underrated goalkeepers out there. Obviously, had a small part of his career early on at Atletico Madrid around the same period as Oblak, David De Gea, Courtois, goalkeepers like that. So he seems to go under the radar. Once again, Mazraoui, as we know, moving to Bayern Munich this season. I mean, at the end of the day, I do think it is a brilliant move for him. No, he won't get the same kind of eyes on him as he did at Ajax in terms of being 100% the best player in that position. But once again, you need that challenge to advance your career. Obviously, Hakimi, as we know, absolutely top notch at the African Cup of Nations, absolutely brilliant in terms of set piece play. I mean, him and Ziyech probably the favorites to control that throughout the game, and I think we will see that. Once again, my only major worry for this team is in Nesri up front. We do need a clinical striker. I would have gone for Hamdallah. I know lots of Moroccans aren't necessarily huge fans of him, but in my opinion, he is a lethal goal scorer. And you do need a player like him up front. Let's get that back on screen right there. Yeah, but as I said, I am tremendously excited. We are not too far away from kickoff at this point. We're about 7 minutes away. And don't forget to put your predictions down below. Give me a score prediction. Let me know who you think will win. I will pop it up on screen. No shame, no pain. If you are not afraid for your prediction to be shown to the world, please do so. As I said, in terms of an exact score prediction, although I want Morocco to do well, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 2-1 win for Croatia. I might be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Africa does us proud. But let me know your score predictions down below. We are about 5 minutes away from kickoff. As we can see, Boufal, the camera zooming in on Boufal. And what a beautiful Moroccan kit that is. I mean, obviously, I've got a slightly older one now, about a season or two ago, where this new one, it kind of has that green stripe across. Camera zooming in on the likes of Perisic. As a sort of creative playing, he is going to be seriously dangerous versus Morocco. Hopefully, the likes of Saiss and Aguiar in defense will be able to cope with him. Camera now zooming in on the likes of Chelsea's Ziyech. As we know, he is kind of known as a little bit of a magician. When he was at Ajax, he was known to be a magician. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, the move to Chelsea, hindered by injuries and just not being in favor, once again, hopefully he can reignite his career. Now, it is officially time for the players to head onto the pitch. Once again, tremendously excited. That is disgusting. I spat all over my screen there. But yeah, all cameras on Ziyech at the moment. The number 7 for Morocco. It's going to be an interesting game. I'm excited for it. I'm seriously excited for it. As I said, guys, please do comment your predictions down below. We can obviously discuss it before this game. I'm just making sure everything is loud enough. Maybe that's a tiny bit better. But yeah, do comment your predictions down below. I'm excited to see what you guys think about a fixture like this. Or at least tell me who you think will win. Once again, in terms of an exact score, not going to be easy to predict, but we'll see what happens. Ooh, is that Croatia, Morocco? I think they're talking about a team not winning their opening game in like 36 years at a World Cup. I would assume that that's Croatia. Going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Once again, I've been enjoying these African live streams so far. This is fun live streaming these African games, and I think once again it gets better and better as we go. I mean, as I said, tomorrow we've got Ghana versus Portugal. I think I'm super buzzed for that. That is going to be like my favorite games this match week. But as I said, it's a very close second, I think, with Morocco versus Croatia, and we have our first prediction down below. It is going to be by Yes, Lord Richie. Obviously, Morocco will win. I wouldn't be surprised. I hope so. I really hope so. Yes, Lord. I think, or Richie, I guess, is a better name to call you. But yeah, I hope that Morocco can pull a result here. I hope that they can surprise us. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But yeah, definitely a fantastic team. And if they play as close to Croatia as the other African teams have versus European giants, I think we could be in here for a surprise. National anthems being sung out at the moment. Once again, a lot of pride in this Moroccan national team. Once again, there were talks before the tournament about a year ago of Ziyech and Mazraoui not being included in the squad. Obviously, they had conflict with the previous manager. But as we know, with the brand new coach coming in just a month or two before the World Cup, they have been reintroduced to the squad. Will they all prove right or wrong? We will have to wait and see. I think the talking point before this World Cup was whether, who was it? El Ghazi, obviously the former Aston Villa winger, whether he would be included in the squad as he had swapped in international allegiances from Netherlands to Morocco. Obviously not included in the squad, but I think Morocco have a good enough squad without a player like him. There we go, getting ready for the Croatian national team. For their national anthem. Once again, it's a fantastic team to look at. Obviously, I mean, just while they're doing the national anthems, I am going to pop the teams on screen once more just to quickly go over it. Once again, I mean, just looking at the team Croatia have for this World Cup or for this game. Livakovic as a goalkeeper, super, super solid. We've got Sosa and Juranovic as the fullbacks, two very solid, very complete fullbacks. We've got Gvardiol and Lovren, once again, some experience and some, well, let me not call it inexperience, but some high potential youth in defense. Midfield is always going to be Kovacic, Brozovic, Modric, perfect midfield three. As we know, in attack, we've got Perisic, Vlasic as the two wingers. Once again, although maybe Vlasic hasn't been brilliant at club level throughout stages of his career, for this national team, he's definitely their best option. And up front in the striker position, be Kramaric. Now heading into the Moroccan team once again for the last time before heading into the game. Once again, very solid team. As you've got the very reliable Bono between the posts, as we know, African MVP in La Liga last season. Mazraoui on the left, although traditionally a right back with Hakimi in that right back position, you're just not going to take that spot from him. You've got Aguiar and Saiz as the two centre backs, two very underrated centre backs. Unfortunately, haven't seen a lot of Aguiar due to his injury at West Ham United this season. Once again, we've got Amrabat, we've got Anahi as the two central midfielders. You've got Amala as the attacking midfielder. You've got Boufal, who's been brilliant at Anga in the French league in that left wing position. You've got Ziyech as a right wing. Once again, can he reignite his career? And the same goes for Iniesta in the striker position. Two very, very solid teams. Let's see how they perform as the national anthems come to an end. Once again, they're kind of displaying on screen at the moment, the two midfielders. And it seems, as opposed to Amla kind of being an attacking midfield, they've kind of gone for flat midfield three for Morocco. And they've kind of put Amrabat in that defensive midfield position. Once again, it probably is to be expected. He's brilliant from that central pivot point of view. Once again, don't disagree with that whatsoever. You now have the two captains, obviously Saiz and Luka Modric, shaking hands at the moment. Once again, Luka Modric, just absolute legend of the game. What was it, 10 years ago, voted the worst signing in La Liga for that season. I mean, did he prove them wrong? Ballon d'Or winner, not too bad to have on your resume. There we go, the coin toss. Who's gonna... The coin toss. The coin toss. Oh, I swear sometimes my brain doesn't work. No, team's getting ready to set up and go as we speak. Once again, just going over the VAR officials and all of that, all South American, I think they were. Now, once again, I mean, just showing up the Croatian national team. I don't think there are going to be any surprises in terms of formation. Obviously, we've gone over the individuals quite a few times. But yeah, Brozovic, obviously playing in that defensive midfield role, I think will be very, very crucial, that really important link between defense and almost midfield and attack. Once again, as we know, super, super vital. I think although he's a defensive midfielder, people really underestimate his creative play and his ball playing ability. But yeah, Croatia versus Morocco. Teams are set up. Super, super excited. You've still got some major stars on the bench, even for a team like Croatia. I mean, you've got Erlich in defense, you've got Vida in defense. Once again, some other brilliant players who are playing locally in Croatia. Yeah, it is already good. This will be fantastic to watch. Hopefully, live stream is still flowing well. Let me know your thoughts down below. Yeah, we are getting ready for the teams to set out. Both teams are on the pitch. It is once again another beautiful stadium at the World Cup. When are we going to see the container stadium? I've been waiting for that for so long. I don't think this is it. This looks to be the same stadium that was in the opening game of the World Cup. I believe it is. Okay, get my earphones in. About 9 seconds until kickoff. Don't forget, I'm about 30 seconds delayed, unfortunately, for you guys who do want to keep up to date in terms of the live stream. There we go. And kickoff has begun. Morocco on the ball, starting it off. Once again, versus a team like Croatia, I think much like all the African teams I've mentioned so far, possession will be very, very key. It is such a beautiful kit. I mean, let's not lie. This Moroccan national kit, it is a thing of beauty. I mean, looking at these two teams, I think this is going to be a very important game. As we know, both Belgium and Canada on this group. This could be a very important win for both of these two teams. Let's see what happens. There we go. Croatia have won back possession. Once again, as I said, I'm slightly worried about them. They do have a lot of really good creative players in this team. I mean, once again, whether they go down the right, down the left, or even centrally, they are absolutely covered in every single basis. I think once again, as I said, I'm worried in terms of that striker position for Morocco. I think it would have been a slightly better option had they put Hamdallah forward. I think he's a bit more physical as a striker. Once again, Iniesta's been part of the system for so long. There we go. Croatia get a through ball through, but once again, luckily it is blocked off by Morocco. That physicality in the back really paying off. Because although, yes, Croatia have a technically very good team, it's not the most physical team. And I do think that they should be bossed off the ball. Walid, the coach of Morocco, obviously recently coming into the job about a month or two ago. Whether he can achieve something with his first World Cup with Morocco, once again, it would be absolutely massive. There we go. Lots of composure on the ball for Morocco at the moment, trying to keep as much possession as possible. And of course, as soon as I say that, once again, I feel like whenever I say a team trying to keep possession, they end up losing it the second I say that. Oh, tiny bit of a knock, it seems, between Mazraoui and Luka Modric. Once again, not the worst tactic by Morocco if they want to. Oh no, it's Boufal and Luka Modric. Once again, if you want to injure their best player, it's not the worst, the worst tactic to go with, I guess. Yeah, guys, once again, we are off. Kickoff has officially taken place. We are about 2 minutes into the game. Don't forget to put your predictions down below as the screen is showing. Obviously, Zlatko Dalic, obviously the manager for the previous World Cup at Croatia. Once again, absolutely brilliant job in that previous World Cup with them. Whether they can achieve the same thing, we'll have to see this time around. Don't forget your score predictions. Yeah, but the ball is kicked back by Croatia. It is reached by Bono. Once again, can he start up a counter-attack? Oh, sloppy pass there. Obviously, Amrabat didn't really look at his surrounding area and just passed the ball straight out. A tiny bit of a silly one. It kind of gives me Renato Sanchez vibes. Amrabat has to be careful. He might get loaned out to Swansea for that one. Ooh, okay. So Morocco, what I've realized is they're not really helping each other with the pass here. By that I mean they're not really running into the right spaces. It is very worrisome as Croatia does win back the ball. They've got a lot of players making their way up the pitch as fast as possible. Once again, kind of slowed down a bit by Morocco getting back quickly in defense. Once again, very, very solid. Gavardio playing with the facial mask. Once again, we've kind of seen a lot of those already for this World Cup. Obviously, I think it was scary for Tunisia last night, who was wearing a mask as well. We know Human Son is. Obviously, I mean, it just shows that everyone's getting injured at the moment and that everyone needs some sort of protection. Like, people so desperate to this World Cup, they'll play well injured. Juranovic with the throw. Once again, a player who I feel like lots of people are 50-50 on in terms of whether they like him or not. Obviously, the Celtic right back. Once again, as a player, I quite like him. He's not the best in the world in his position, but he's very complete in what he does. Ivan Perisic on that left wing side, and unfortunately isn't able to make the correct pass. Hakimi on the ball at the moment. Once again, I feel like he'll be a major danger man in terms of set pieces and his absolute pace. I mean, what a career Hakimi has for a man who's. Ooh, Croatia on a very dangerous area. They have their first opportunity, but it is cleared away by Saiz. Once again, the captain will be very unhappy, very angry with the fact that Morocco got rid of the ball in a very sloppy way there. They are very, very lucky that Croatia didn't shoot first time there. Very, very lucky. Yeah, but as I was saying earlier, considering how young he is, the fact that in his career so far he's played for Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Inter, and now playing for PSG. Once again, he's played with Messi and Ronaldo. He's like 23, 24 years old, maybe 22. Once again, this man's had an excellent career. Obviously, 5 minutes in, it's going to be Croatia's first corner of the game. As we know, Luka Modric seems to be the player who might be taking it. It is a short corner to Luka Modric. It's a cross into the box. It is met with a header, but Morocco do keep it away. Oh, very sloppy players. It is still in the Moroccan box. Are Croatia going to be able to do anything with it? They're very tricky on the ball at the moment. It is still on Croatian feet. Luka Modric has won the ball, as we know, one of the best midfielders in the world. It is a sloppy pass back to defense, and slow players continue. Or play slow down, I guess I should say. Once again, guys, let me know where you're watching these games from. Let me know where from the world you're watching them. Are you watching it from Morocco, from Croatia, USA, UK? Let me know where you're watching this game from. I'm always interested in that. There we go. Croatia restarts that counter-attack. Whether they can do anything from here, they probably hope so. Once again, Croatia doing fantastic work in the Nations League over a very crumbly French national team. As we know, though, France had an excellent start to the World Cup with that 4-1 win over Australia, which, let's be honest, is a tiny bit shaky at first when Australia did take the lead. But at the end of the day, the brilliance of Olivier Giroud did get France back in it. But of course, coming back to Croatia versus Morocco, once again, Morocco really trying to break through this Croatian defense, but they are struggling with every hit that they try to take. Obviously, brilliant win there by Amrabat to get the ball back for Morocco. Is he going to be able to do anything? Gets the ball to Ziyech, who, once again, whether he can revive his career over start at Chelsea, we'll have to wait and see at this tournament. Once again, I think that's Buffal on the ball at the moment. Morocco will be looking to do something with this counter-attack. They do get the ball in the Croatian box. Are they going to be able to do anything? All they need to do is shoot, but Croatia are able to clear it. Morocco do have it back, but it bounces to Croatian feet. Now, Croatia seem to be starting up a counter-attack. They are getting rapidly up the pitch. Some beautiful play by both teams here. Once again, I don't think in terms of possession, Morocco is going to be too gifted in a game like this. So they really have to use every opportunity they get. Obviously, great attack there for Morocco, but they didn't shoot earlier, unfortunately. I mean, if you don't shoot, you don't score. I know that's not revolutionary to say. But yeah, I think Morocco definitely needed to shoot there. Dejan Lovren playing in his third World Cup for Croatia, as we know, fantastic fantastic centre-back on his day when he used to play for Liverpool. Obviously playing, I believe he is still in Russia at the moment. Once again, brilliant centre-back. He is aging a bit, but still has a lot to offer. Ooh, as we can see, there was a nasty tackle on Brozovic in the central of the park. Obviously, Amala kind of going in with a kind of dodgy tackle there, but I don't believe any cards were given. Okay, Morocco restart a counter-attack. Once again, the ball falls back to Ziyech once again. I really hope he can achieve something, whether playing as an attacking midfielder or as a right winger would be his best position. I think that's something we're going to discover quite a bit throughout this tournament. But I do think probably on that right-hand side is where he contributes the most. Another cross into the box. Are they going to be able to do anything? Obviously, Hakimi and Ziyech passing to each other. That's going to be a very dangerous duo. A cross into the box, but unfortunately, it is met with Croatian feet. Croatia being heavily pressured at the back, and Morocco almost steal the ball off of them, but are not quite gifted enough. I think Gvardiol, obviously the young RB Leipzig centre-back, seems to have taken a tiny bit of a knock by Ziyech. Nothing too serious, just a bit of a foul there. Once again, Croatia are on the ball, which, as I said, I think we can expect a lot of Croatian possession throughout this game. Gvardiol making his way up the pitch as a centre-back. Passes it back to Dejan Lovren, gets it to Juranovic. Whether they're able to create anything here, it is a ball over the box. Croatia are in Morocco's box, but it seems to be cleared away. And that will be an offside for Croatia. Vlasic, obviously, unfortunately, a tiny bit too fast there. Or unfortunately, it's a touch that goes over the line. It will be a goal kick. Not a bad attempt from the former West Ham man. Unfortunately, just not good enough. Good amount of pressure by Mizraoui there. That's what we need to see throughout this game, I think. Okay, we are approaching the 10-minute mark of the game, which I don't know if it's going quick or not, but I do think Morocco have had some moments, but I am still worried about Croatia. Morocco doing very well to create attacking chances there, but once again, just give it away in a sloppy fashion, and it does go all the way to Livakovic. Okay, Croatia looking to set up another counter-attack. I feel like we're definitely going to see a lot of the Croatian centre-backs this game in terms of controlling possession, calming down the way of play, the speed of play, should I say. Once again, I think that's Devon running on the ball a tiny bit, gets it back to Gvardiol. Obviously, you would assume he'll go to Sosa on that left wing side, who's been phenomenal in the Bundesliga in terms of assists. This man is one of the best out there. Heavily underrated. I think it's for Frankfurt that he plays. Once again, very underrated player. More eyes should be on him. I think he could earn himself a huge move after this transfer window. Ooh, Morocco do very well to win the ball back from Croatia. Are they able to start a quick counter-attack? And unfortunately, Ziyech just misses the pass. And Gvardiol, the man who's dressed as Batman at the moment, does very well to save the day. The vigilante for Croatia, should I say. From Ghana, you hope Morocco will win. I also hope Morocco will win. It will be fantastic, which, by the way, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. I'm doing a Ghana live stream versus Portugal, so hopefully I will see you there. What's your prediction for the Morocco-Croatia game? Leave your prediction down below. Thank you for commenting. I do appreciate that. Once again, guys, this is a fun, chilled session. If you want to pop me any questions or any topic for discussion down below, please do so. Once again, this is a fun, chilled time, just watching a game of football. I mean, the World Cup only comes around once every 4 years. Pop me any question you want, and let's get talking. Okay, Morocco doing well in defense there. They seem to be keeping onto their possession. Once again, coming in from that left-hand side. They get across into the box. It is not going to meet a Moroccan, or it is kept in play. Oh, unfortunately not by Ziyech. Unfortunately, slightly too high for him. Well, that would have been brilliant if they would keep that in play. Close by Morocco. I do see the ambition. I do see the vision that they have at the moment. I feel like the way that they are playing, they definitely have a lot to offer. But unfortunately, Croatia just playing a very strong game at the moment. They get another throw in from Sosa. Whether they're going to be able to do anything from that. Obviously, they are starting another counter-attack. Oh, unfortunately, Kramaric isn't able to do anything, and he is absolutely sandwiched by Morocco. as obviously the commentators on the TV are busy talking about now, whether Croatia will find the successor to previous strikers that they've had in the past. Obviously, they've had a huge array of strikers like Mandanovic. Obviously, whether they'll find that perfect replacement for him as a striker, we're yet to wait and see. I don't think Kramaric is a bad player, but not quite the same level. We do see Morocco on an attacking play there. Boufal gets across into the box. It is won by a Croatian or by a Moroccan head. Ziyech is on the ball. He shoots and it is blocked. Once again, falls back to Moroccan feet. It is Hakimi on that right-hand side, as we know how deadly he is with attacking play. It is rebounded, and it is almost put into the Croatian defender's own net. Once again, that would have been an unfortunate goal. That would have been a terrific own goal. Yeah, Ziyech doing very well on that right-hand side there. Was just deflected off of Sosa's foot. Almost went directly to his own goal box. I'm too pleased with that. But yeah, I like that. A positive from Morocco. They're really not slowing down. I think one thing that could tie them is the fact that Croatia have had so much off the ball. Obviously, Morocco have to fight to win it back there. And we could see that in the long run really impact them. There we go. Croatia starts another counter-attack. It goes all the way back to the Moroccan defense, though. There is a lot of pressure being put on Morocco at the moment. They don't want to do anything stupid. And it seems to be a sloppy ball out of play for a Croatian throw-in. Unfortunately, Aguad not able to do anything, the West Ham United centre-back. Croatia do have an opportunity as Luka Modric is fighting hard to get into the Moroccan box. He does get in there, he gets across in, but absolutely no one to meet it. He has gone to a meet and greet, but he was the only one with an invitation. Unfortunately for Croatia, nothing happened there. Croatia do start a counter-attack though. The ball is met by Boufal, but unfortunately slippery feet. What play by Luka Modric, though? I mean, to get past Amrabat's absolute perfection. As we know, it is Magic Modric, the man who can do it all. What a perfect outside of the boot shot. I mean, it's a pity it was to absolutely no one. If Mandzukic was still part of this team, if he was still playing, I think he probably would have met that quite well. Of course, guys, we are about 40 minutes of the live stream. Thank you, everyone that's been part of this live stream. I do appreciate it. Once again, like if you haven't liked already, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, it is very much appreciated. Now, 15 minutes into the match, once again, we've seen a lot from both teams actually so far. As I said, I'm slightly worried about Morocco. They seem to be a bit more structured in the way they play. I'm a bit more worried about the way they're playing at the moment. It's going to have a huge impact. Obviously, Croatia is starting up again. I think they were just talking about Gvardiol at the moment. Lots of people saying that at his young age, he's showing a lot of different elements that remind lots of people about a young Thiago Silva. But heading into the possession stats at the moment, 35% Morocco, 54 Croatia, and 11 in contest. Once again, that is a lot of dominance by Croatia. I don't think we'll see a change in that throughout this game. I think Croatia is a very heavily possession-dominated team. Obviously, camera every 5 seconds will look at Luka Modric, knowing that he is one of the best players in the world, not just one of the best players in the pitch, but genuinely one of the best number 10s out there. Croatia, once again, restarting from the back defensively. Can they do anything from an area like this? Getting up that right-hand side, once again, doing very, very well, but they do give it away in a sloppy fashion to Mazraoui. Now a start attack or counter-attack is starting for Morocco. Are they going to be able to do anything here? Very sloppy pass given stupidly away to Croatia. They shoot, but they don't score. What an opportunity that is. And as Ivan Perisic, obviously former Inter Milan winger, almost scores. Amala, very, very poor pass, unfortunately, from the Moroccan, and it almost costs his team. Obviously, quite a wide shot, probably 35 yards out, just over the bar. And it is fingertips that almost make the difference. What a shot that is. I fear for African teams, the mentality is either one of overconfidence or a complete lack of it. There seems to be a lack of balance. When will the African teams win the World Cup? Oh, good question, Yor. I think I'm just going to go over here, so I won't have your question in front of me. I think it'll still show on screen for you guys. You know what? There's a bit of overconfidence in some teams, a total lack for others. But I feel like this time around, there is a big amount of confidence. I think Sadio Mane not being there for Senegal does take a huge knock, though. But in terms of winning it, I think Africa will only have a real chance of winning the World Cup once more teams are introduced to the tournament. Once you can get 10 teams or even 7, 8 teams. Once again, 5 teams is just not enough. I hope Africa can win it one day, but at the moment, just there's just way too much competition, unfortunately. Good cross into the box by Ziyech. Unfortunately, meets no one's head. He was aiming for a Nesri. And unfortunately, the cross ended up being unnecessary. But yeah, very question, I do appreciate that question. But yeah, I don't think, unfortunately, anytime soon until the World Cup is friendlier towards African teams in terms of having more teams that are available. And obviously, Qatar World Cup being mid-season, players getting it definitely doesn't help Africa's case. Now, of course, Morocco setting up another counter-attack. Once again, Ziyech and Hakimi working off of it there. I think that's going to be quite a common occurrence in a game like this. Morocco do start a counter-attack. Once again, looking very, very good. It looks to be Boufal on the ball. He does get it to Moroccan feet. I think it is Amla, once again, and Nesri on the ball. He does slip, and Luka Modric, who other, saves them. Now, ball has fallen back to Moroccan feet. Once again, Hakimi on the ball. Is he going to take a long shot? Doesn't seem so. He does have the ball. He is skilling around absolutely everyone. He is knocked down, and Morocco have a very good chance at a free kick here, right outside of the Croatian box. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be the opportunity we are waiting for. Are we waiting for a card here? Once again, camera panning to Luka Modric. It seems to be Brozovic and Luka Modric. Luka Modric, I think he's won that ball, but his studs are up. So, of course, he does end up poking Hakimi there, which, once again, wins the ball. Dangerous play, though. You stand on a foot, that's a yellow card or that's a foul. Of the week. Okay, now who's going to be taking the free kicks? That is a question I would love to know in a game like this. Once again, they've got both Ziyech and Hakimi on the ball at the moment. Once again, I think that's exactly what one expects. I think in terms of a free kick taker, I probably have a bit more faith in Hakimi. He should definitely be the one taking this one. It will be interesting to see. Once again, focusing on the Croatian goalkeeper. Obviously, as we know, Livakovic plays for Dynamo Zagreb. Once again, absolutely phenomenal goalkeeper. Hasn't been quite there in terms of clean sheets this season, but with this free kick, once again, he might have to come in handy. He might have to do a job here. All depends on whether they can beat the Croatian wall, which, looking at that wall, obviously putting absolutely everyone in there. It is going to be Brozovic lying on the floor to prevent the ball from going under the wall, which, by the way, not intentionally going to rhyme, but bars. Okay, it looks as if Hakimi could be taking this one. He is set up on the left-hand side of the ball. Okay, ref is making sure no funny business happens in the box. We are ready for the free kick. Ziyech takes it and it blasts the wall. Oh, man, that is so unfortunate. Once again, Morocco looked a tiny bit lost in terms of that set piece. Once again, seemed to be a amount of miscommunication there. Once again, Morocco trying to achieve something there. Mazraoui gives the ball away in a sloppy fashion. And Croatia are fast away on the counter-attack. Will they be able to achieve anything? It is currently 1 versus 5. Ball is given away, and it is out for what I think might be a goal kick or a corner. Once again, Vlasic not able to do anything there with the ball. But what a quick counter-attack for Vlasic. Once again, super deadly on the counter-attack. His pace was very important. But once again, Morocco, one of the fastest nations out there. You're just not going to beat them with pace, unfortunately. Great play by Mazraoui to get the ball out. "21 minutes into the game, once again, been very, very close. Don't forget to put your thoughts and opinions about the game down below. Once again, I hope that you guys are enjoying this game. Let me know who would you say the best player from this Moroccan national team is. If there was one player who's going to make the difference for Morocco for you, who do you think that one player to make the difference would be? We do have a corner at the moment. Once again, Croatia not really able to do anything from it. They still have the ball, though. They are outside the Moroccan box. They do have to slow down play as Morocco is putting quite a lot of pressure. It falls back to Morocco, though. Once again, Vlasic on the ball. A cross is in the box, but Morocco clear it safely. And what a slide that was from Croatia. Was that? That was insane. Jeez, Gvardiol, once again, I know you're wearing a Batman mask, but you don't have to be that ruthless. So once again, the Bundesliga left back having an absolutely brilliant game in terms of picking out passes. Ball is passed back to Batman himself, Gavardiol. Gavardi, Batman. I don't know. There's probably a mixture in there I'm missing. Gavatman. I don't know. That's my best option. That's my best offer for you guys. Yeah, but Croatia looking very, very strong. Dominant on the ball, but saying that, it hasn't all been Croatia. I think it's one of those games where, although only 22 minutes in, a lot of people look at just the stats, where Morocco have done very, very well to hold themselves here. Once again, can they start another quick counter attack? They've been doing very well to get up the pitch so far this game. Croatia do close down on space, which is so important versus a fast Moroccan team like this. Hakimi on the ball once again, and a very sloppy pass. It's the second or third time I've seen a sloppy pass from Hakimi this game. Can they create anything here? Morocco is on the ball. Somehow they won that tackle. Got no idea how they did that. Boufal running on that left wing side. He is unfortunately left all alone. Macaulay Culkin could have played in that position as he was left home alone. I make such dad jokes, man. You gotta love it. Yeah, but Morocco on the ball once again, trying to keep possession as much as possible. There are a lot of ball winners in this Croatian national team, though, which might be the only problem for Morocco. I mean, as we know, Brozovic, once again, ruthless defensively. Modric, Kovacic, that whole midfield three will be very hard to break down. Now, Morocco get a pass over the box. Are they able to keep it in play? And Hakimi, once again, on a positive attacking area on that right wing side, keeps the ball in play. Unfortunately, it is met by Croatian feet and it is kicked out for a throw in. Hakimi with some brilliant play there. His passing hasn't quite been as on point as we know it to be. But you know, that's very positive. That's a step in the right direction, I think. Once again, whether Hakimi kicked it out. Oh, the ball did go out. It will be a goal kick, I think. That will be the keeper's ball. Oh, okay, but the decision won't be made. Okay, it's funny that you can look back at a replay and they won't change it. But Morocco, once again, they have the throw-in. They start back from defense. As we know, Amrabat, a very solid and reliable defensive midfielder for Fiorentina, I believe. As we know, even as a holding midfielder, attacking-wise, he can still do a job, get the ball up higher up the pitch. Hakimi on the ball once again, gets it back to Amrabat, the player I mentioned a second ago. Once again, across into the box. It is met by Nesri, but it is cleared away by Croatia. Once again, what a play that would have been. That kind of up and over pass, I mean up and under pass, that was brilliant from Morocco. Nesri, unfortunately, not able to meet it. It is Dejan Lovren, the former Liverpool centre-back, who clears it away. What a pass that was. I think it was Mazraoui who got that cross in. What a pass that was. Once again, unfortunately, Nesri not quite able to control it the way he wanted. Yeah, I mean, despite the fact, interestingly enough, although Nesri is Moroccan, he's actually spent his entire career playing in Spain. Once again, very, very interesting to realize. He's had one or two really good seasons throughout his career, but as a whole, once again, I think he would hope to do better. I think he knows his ability. Livakovic on the ball once again, 25 minutes into the game. Things are all still even, although maybe stats won't tell you that. But at the end of the day, the big stats that does matter is that 0-0 scoreline. Like far to the right time. That must be really pissing off people's OCD back here. I'm just there because of my mic. What a game this is. This is actually, you know what, once again, I've been saying about all African teams so far, but they've all dealt with top opposition super, super well. Croatia get a cross into the box. Unfortunately, not met by anyone, but Bono in defense. I'm pretty sure this might be one of the only times he's touched the ball so far. Walid, the brand new coach for Morocco, he seems quite pleased with his team so far. And rightfully so. As I said, they've had a phenomenal start to this game. There we go. Croatia have another set piece. Whether they're going to be able to bring it back from defense, we'll have to wait and see. Dejan Lovren on the ball. Gets it to Gavardiol. Once again, that experience and high potential player centre-back partnership. Super excited for that. Yeah, and Nesri does very well to put the high pressure on there, although it hasn't been quite visible in attack so far this game. He hasn't been awful. Once again, defensively, he's done the work to get back. I think you have to appreciate a player like that. I mean, I'm a Manchester United fan. I've got Cristiano Ronaldo, who's just left my club. I know how important it is to have a striker who tracks back. Which, by the way, let me know down below, guys, if you are watching this. What are your thoughts on the Ronaldo situation just while watching this game? Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo was right? Do you think Man United was in the right? Let me know what you think down below. Oh, once again, looking at this Croatian team and Moroccan team, there are just so many stars on the pitch. I mean, as I said, I'm a United fan. I think if I could choose one player on this team to join Man United, I was going to say good question, but I've asked myself that. Probably would be a player like Luka Modric in terms of how high he advances, but you just can't ignore a player like Hakimi. I mean, once again, been a bit sloppy this first half, but what a player. Here we go, 27 minutes in. Once again, Croatia holding on to as much possession as possible. They haven't had any clear-cut opportunities. I think Morocco probably had more shots. I think that major one for Croatia being that Perisic shot from long distance. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Perisic does have the ball. It is some really good attacking play there for Croatia. Are they going to be able to do anything from it? Cross into the box from Kovacic, and it is met by Bono. Well done to Yasin Bono. Good cross into the box by Kovacic. Once again, we've seen his kind of creative play kind of limited at Chelsea with the amount of creative options they have. But once again, when he is fully fit and when he is playing at his best, top footballer. Good startup play there for Morocco. Once again, it is met by the relentlessness of Croatia. Brozovic doing very well to win the ball back. Yeah, that's just a relentless kick. I think it will be a foul, unfortunately, of Brozovic on Amela. Unfortunately, I mean, I think this Moroccan national team, once again, it's a very interesting team because there are a lot of players who aren't necessarily playing at the moment. Obviously, as we know, Ziyech not getting a lot of game time. As we know, Amala, he's not getting a lot of game time either for Standard Liège I think that's the Belgian Pro League. Obviously, he's had a few contract problems with his club, so he hasn't played in months for them. So once again, whether he will be match fit enough, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, a reckless tackle at the moment by Luka Modric on Amrabat. I mean, very reckless. Half an hour in, I'm surprised that's almost not a yellow. That was very vicious, actually. 53 minutes into the live stream, almost an hour. Once again, thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate the support. Mazraoui gets a pass up high. It is to Boufal. Can Boufal do anything with it, or will the ball go out of play? And unfortunately, it is a Croatian throw-in. Once again, we're really seeing Morocco look very, very positive in attacking areas. They're just missing out on that final third. Gvardiol on the ball once again, gets it to Brozovic, gets it wide to Sosa. As I said, a very promising attacking fullback. Good pass by Perisic there, gets it all the way back to Gvardiol. Gets the ball back to Juranovic. Once again, whether they're going to be able to create anything from this area of play. As we know, Croatia very good at building up play slowly. Gvardiol gets the ball up front and almost meets the Croatian striker, but it is stolen back by Morocco. Morocco on a very fast counter-attack at the moment. Unfortunately, it is met once again by the relentlessness of Croatia. Croatia not giving them a second of fresh air, no matter how much Morocco are gasping for it. Oh, there we go. Morocco fighting for the ball back again. Amrabat on the ball. Gets it to Ziyech. Once again, Ziyech gets across into the box, but it is just overcooked and can't quite be met by the Moroccan attackers. Inyesri shows him a thumbs up, shows him that he liked the idea, but unfortunately he couldn't meet it. You know what, this game has really picked up. As I said, I think we've definitely seen better attacking teams from Morocco this game, although maybe stats will tell you Croatia's dominated. Actually, now that I'm saying that, I'm just interested. Let me quickly check in terms of possession and everything at the moment, what the stats are like, because I think Croatia have dominated it quite heavily. Croatia versus Morocco. Once again, I think looking at the stats, I think one could be quite surprised because looking at the stats at the moment, I mean, 59% possession for Croatia, 41 for Morocco. It's actually not that bad. I think one thing that is really showing dominance for Croatia at the moment is that 88% passing success rate. Once again, definitely not making too many mistakes here. Although a lot of fouls per play, Morocco 4 fouls so long, Croatia 5. Once again, making mistakes like that and risking players getting sent off. Once again, that could be the difference in a game like this. Oh, Ziyech does very well to win the ball back, but unfortunately, Croatia steal it back. Once again, if there's a team that won't rest off of the ball, it is Croatia. Luka Modric, the magician, gets a beautiful pass forward to Kramaric for Croatia. Unfortunately, not able to make anything of it. Oh, beautiful work by Saiss in the back to get rid of the ball. Perisic, the Tottenham Hotspurs man, ready to throw the ball into the box. Decent pass for him. Ball is given to Brozovic, whether he'll be able to create anything there. As I said, he is a good holding midfielder, but he's also heavily underrated when it comes to his playmaking from deep-lying areas. Once again, Morocco starts another counter-attack. Once again, they've had many of those this game. Can they finally do something? And nope, once again, they lose possession. Once again, I almost think, although yes, Morocco do need a quick counter-attack goal, I feel like that's one of the only ways they could score here. And unfortunately, they also need to slow down a tiny bit, being a bit too careless with their pass. That needs to really work at the moment for them. I think Morocco need to slow down their play a tiny bit. They need to make sure that they're getting their passes off. At the moment, once again, they're kicking the ball absolutely everywhere, just not to a teammate. Once again, another restart from Sosa. As I said, heavily underrated player. I think at a certain point he had 6 assists in 11 games for Frankfurt. Oh, cross into the box, but it is met by Aguero with a D. Beautiful clearance by Morocco there. Once again, Croatia also trying. I mean, I can't just discredit Morocco. I think they've done so well defensively to keep Croatia out. And the fact that Croatia haven't had any clean cut or clear cut chances, I think that goes down to Morocco's play. Once again, starting up another counter attack. They're all very thick pass on this one. Unfortunately, they do pass it back. And oh, man, that's. I keep on saying it. It's one of my least favorite things in football is when you do. I know I said, like, I'm literally counter acting myself here. I know I said you have to slow down play. But when you're on a good counter attack and you pass it all the way back to your defense, it almost ruins it a tiny bit. Come on, Morocco. We've got 10 minutes left of the first half. Let's hopefully do something here. I think it will be a Moroccan throw-in just right outside of the box for Croatia. Oh, beautiful pass in for Morocco there. Once again, ball is just chipped out and Brozovic clears it away safely. Oh no, the ball is still on the pitch, I believe, or it does go out for a throw-in. I think Walid will be relatively happy with this Moroccan team heading into halftime. Once again, we've still got 10 minutes left. Absolutely anything can happen. But Morocco haven't been bad. I think they've really held them. They've been really decent so far. Really, really decent. Good passing by Sosa, doing very, very well there. Saiss, very reliable on the ball once again. Once again, Morocco kind of slowing down play. Once again, I think they're just passing the ball around the back a tiny bit to draw out those Croatian players. As we know, the only way you're going to break into that Croatian defensive wall is hopefully to have a few bricks coming out in your direction. Make those gaps, go for the opportunities, seize the opportunities. Once again, we've got about 9 minutes left of the first half. We've had everything you want to see in terms of that ambition for Morocco. Only thing we are moments all. Once again, Hakimi on the ball, looking very. Oh no, not Hakimi on the ball. Aguerd on the ball, very good to get that pass up front. But unfortunately, once again, a wasteful pass. Once again, Morocco really running at that Croatian defense, and that could be very risky as they've got all their players out of play. Croatia are fast on the counter attack. Can they do anything from this opportunity? Vlasic once again kind of pushed to that right wing side. Can he break through? It is a cross on the box, but it is met by Saiss, the former Wolverhampton Wanderers defender. Very, very good job there by Morocco to kind of slow down that play. Once again, Amla, as we know, the attacking midfielder, very, very decent for Morocco. Once again, whether he'll have a good enough tournament, I am worried about him. Obviously, him not playing much club football for Standard Liège this season, obviously having contract problems. Once again, who's going to match it? You do want to play week out football. So good passing around the back for Morocco at the moment. Once again, kind of slowing down play a bit. Because I do think, although you don't want that negative mindset, you don't want that Jose Mourinho mindset, but you almost want to go into this half 0-0. Yes, you want to obviously get a win before half time. I mean, that's always the dream. But sometimes it's better not risking conceding there. But saying that, I mean, Morocco definitely aren't lying back. They do seem to be going for it still, which I do like. I mean, I think this would be a huge result. If we can get a draw here, ooh, reckless tackle in the middle of the park by Amrabat, who goes over to hug the ref after that. I quite enjoyed that. Quite reckless. Ooh, yeah, that was. I mean, I'm not sure Amrabat knew that there was a ball on the pitch at that time. He totally rugby tackled him. Don't know if Morocco are big on their rugby, but if they are, sign him up. What a tackle. Once again, Morocco really going up forward fast. Oh, almost the pressure put on there. Morocco pushing around the box a tiny bit, doing very, very well. But Croatia can also play the physical game as they push Morocco off the ball. Tiny bit of sloppy passing there, but Croatia still hold on to possession. With 7 minutes left of the first half, are they going to be able to create anything from this? Croatia go to the right-hand side of the field. Are they going to be able to get players up the pitch fast enough? Once again, slow play down tiny bit. As we know, Luka Modric gets the pass through, but unfortunately it is kicked away by Morocco. Luka Modric, even at almost 40 years old, still putting in the work. Let's be honest, Modric is going to keep on playing until one day he plays football with Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. Let's be honest. Thank you very much. Nice room. I appreciate that, Green Slot. It's literally, I've had the room like this for a week. I do appreciate that. Thank you. I hope you guys do enjoy the setup. Once again, it's all because of you guys that this kind of setup is possible. So I'm glad you like it. Once again, make sure you liked and subscribed to see this room more often. But I'm glad you guys like the new setup. I'm glad you like it, Green Sloth. If that is your birth name, if that is the name I may call you. Yeah, but guys, let me know what you've thought about this first half so far. I mean, 5 minutes left of the first half. Once again, I don't know what you guys have thought, but I think Morocco can be very happy about how they've left this first half. I think Croatia will be very frustrated, which is kind of an area where Morocco want to leave them because they haven't given them too many opportunities. Ziyech gets a great pass into the box. Oh, my screen is frozen. What's happened? Oh, Croatia clear it away. Luka Modric really fighting to clear the ball away for Croatia there. And it is going to be what I think is going to be a free kick for Morocco. Once again, very good area there. 5 minutes left. As we know, the last free kick in this area for Morocco, once again, didn't quite work, unfortunately. I think it was taken by Ziyech and it was just right at the wall. Okay, Morocco is setting up for another set piece here. Once again, I think you're going to see the same two players constantly on the ball here, both Ziyech and Hakimi. Just getting a bunch of calls on my phone. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, Aguilar's gone all the way up from the back for the set piece play. Once again, 5 minutes left. It is Ziyech who does get across into the box, but once again, it's just not working for me. I don't think Ziyech is working on these set pieces for me, in my opinion. Good morning, Doug. Well, I mean, it's 1:45 here in South Africa. I hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, 1-1. I would not be surprised if that ended up being the final score, the final prediction. Yeah, once again, I tend to back that quite a bit. I hope you're doing well, by the way, Doug. But you know, 1-1, I could totally back that. I hope Morocco do win, but I mean, I don't dislike this Croatian team. 1-1 sounds very reasonable. Whatever the score will be, I do think it will be tremendously, tremendously close, to be honest. Once again, we've got Vlasic on the floor at the moment. 4 minutes left. Once again, I think Morocco want to be very, very careful here, and so do Croatia. Yeah, I didn't quite see what the incident was. Hopefully, they'll give us a tiny bit of a replay here. Tiny bit of a water break. Let's not forget that it's steaming hot in Qatar. Once again, even in winter, it's like boiling hot. It's just not a good idea. But water breaks, definitely necessary, even 3 minutes before halftime. I don't think there'll be a long stoppage time, I'd assume. I haven't seen too many stops before halftime. But yeah, I hope that there's not too much extra time after this. Yeah, you can see all the players like steaming hot at the moment. Oh, all the fans are steaming hot at the moment. It must be boiling in that stadium. Oh, seems to be a problem there. Is that Vlasic? I don't know. My screen froze for a second there. Who does seem to be off. Tiny bit of a timeout at the moment. Obviously, Vlasic, hopefully he will be okay because although maybe not the best right wing in the world, although not traditionally a right wing, he probably is the best that you have to offer. Once again, talking about Luka Modric being the player of the tournament at the 2018 World Cup. I mean, he was Ballon d'Or winner. We can't be too surprised with that. But you know, I don't know. I disagree with the commentators. They're talking about how he hasn't had a huge impact. I think Modric has been the most positive thing about this Croatian team. Morocco setting up another counter-attack. Hopefully they can do something from a really dangerous area. On that left-hand side, once again, we haven't seen too much from Mazraoui. I hope that the Bayern Munich right back, the former Ajax right back, can do something. Once again, Morocco still on the ball with about a minute and a half before halftime, or before extra time at least. Ziyech does get a good cross into the box. Is he going to be able to do anything? And no, for a goal kick. Good defense by Gvardiol. Once again, I think a lot of players not really showing up today. For Croatia, I feel like, or for Morocco, I feel like a lot of players aren't quite expected them to show. I think especially in terms of a team such as a player like, if you look at that central park, I do feel like Amrabat's been very visible, but Amala and obviously Anahi, once again, those two builders be totally invisible in my opinion. Heading back into, why is that not disappearing? I can't get that to disappear there we go. Okay, we've got about 30 seconds left until halftime. Don't forget I'm about 30 seconds behind you guys. Or behind real time. But yeah, once again, heading into halftime, we've got a bit of a clash with Juranovic and Buffal. Once again, Croatia kind of trying to break into that Moroccan defense with just a few seconds left until halftime. Once again, you always want to go into halftime with at least a goal, or you want to score just before halftime. You want to knock them off of their pedestal a tiny bit. I think Morocco doing very well to hold on to the draw at the moment. Saying that, it's not like that's the only option here. And there is a huge jump there as Bono has to dive out of his box to get there to aerially beat that Croatian attacker. Croatia get another chance. It is a cross into the box. It is a shot and Bono saves it. I can't believe it. The African MVP of the season for La Liga last season. What a save it is versus Vlasic. That was insane. I mean, Bono, I mean, my word, you have not done much this game, but what you have done has been perfect. That was insane. Oh, jeez. As I said, the last thing you want to do is concede before half time. But what a goal that would have been. It was just like a quick little energy burst for Croatia there. But Morocco, super, super well at clearing that. Obviously, Bono's showing why he's so underrated as a keeper. As I said, he was a goalkeeper for Atletico Madrid at a similar time as Courtois, De Gea, and Oblak. Um, but once again, very underrated in that sense. Had to face the likes of Kramaric up front. So it was a beautiful pass into the box by Sosa. But Bono just said, nope, not letting that go. His name might be Bono, but he said, no, no. What else? That was awesome. Great, great block. Oh, Croatia get another shot off. Sorry, I've gone quiet there for a second. And it is another long range shot by Luka Modric. But Modric magic does not happen. And as it is a Modric miss, unfortunately, goes skyrocketing high over the bar. Once again, we've seen some really good play from Croatia in the last minute or so. We've just reached the final minutes of extra time. And Hocker can hold on to the straw in the meantime. Hopefully they eat before the end of the first half. And of course, I'm saying that the whistle is blown. And ladies and gentlemen, we have met half time. I mean, what a game it's been so far. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know down below who you think the better team has been so far. Who you still think will lead. I mean, it's halftime. But guys, please do put your predictions down below. At this stage of the game, who do you think will win it? Who do you think will score? Which player do you think will make the difference? Because at this point in time, as I said, it is tremendously, tremendously close. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been a good game. It's been a very good game. I think one thing that we have seen between all the African teams so far is although they don't dominate possession, they do well versus the teams they do. I mean, look at Senegal versus Netherlands up until the last 10 minutes. Senegal did super, super well. Last night, obviously, Tunisia had a really, really good game versus Denmark to get that draw. Yeah, I think all African teams can be quite this obviously the games I'm most worried about is probably Switzerland, Cameroon, although I think Cameroon, that could be our first African win there if Morocco don't win here. Saying that, Ghana, Portugal, once again, could be a very, very good one. Yeah, we've seen some very, very attractive football. I'm enjoying every single minute of it. Yeah, definitely, definitely enjoying this game. It's been a good watch. Been a fantastic watch. Once again, I think everyone put down in the predictions that they think Morocco will win this game. I don't think you're too far off. I think Morocco still have a very good chance here. The only thing that kind of worries me now is looking at the last 5 minutes or even the last 3 minutes from Croatia, really showing that they still have that attacking firepower in them. Yeah, very, very dangerous to watch, but they can be very proud of themselves. Okay, and I think I'm going to go, if no one's got any questions, I'm just going to probably go get water, go get a bit more coffee. Oh, leave a question for me to answer. Let's get that banner up. What does that look like? There we go. Halftime. Leave a question for me to answer. I'll catch you guys in a minute. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the first half. Let me know what you think about it so far. I'll be right back. Okay, cool. We are back. Sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic a bit. Just went to go get myself some water. Got to stay hydrated. Yeah, been a fantastic first half. As I said, guys, please let me know your thoughts about the first half, who you think will win it from this point on. It's been a really exciting game so far. I think Morocco have definitely caught Croatia off guard in terms of how great they've been on the attacking front. I do want to get more people out or on. What we can get from the second half. Hey guys, don't forget to tell me down below who you think of winning the game as a whole. Let's get some more people on here. Let me share something on my community tab. Let's get more people on here. Where is it? I always know where everything is until it's like time. Until it's time to get it up. Where is it? No, phone. Why don't you work in my favor? Discord. Let's see. Can I get the link to the live stream? Share, copy. Let's get to that community tab. Join the live stream down below. Okay, that should be good. Come on. Come on. Why is it not? Let's go. Paste link. I think, can we get things to work? Okay, cool. That should be up and running. As I said, we are getting ready for the second half now. We've only got a few more minutes left, I think, another 3 or so minutes. And I'm excited for the second half. I'm excited to see what it brings. I think there's been lots of positives and negatives. Mainly positives, though, I'll admit. I think definitely they were caught off guard a few times in terms of passing in that first half. That's one major worry I had about them. But for majority of their play and from an attacking point of view, I think Morocco definitely served quite well. I think they're quite proud of themselves. I think definitely what they achieved in that game in terms of showing that Croatia that they can be a threat. Definitely, I don't think you can underestimate them. Let me know what you guys think about the first half or what you thought about it. Let me know who you think will win it on the second half. As I said, it's been a close game. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a draw. I feel like it could down as a 1-1 draw. I feel like it could get to like the 80th minute. One team could get it, another team could get it back. Been a phenomenal game so far. I've loved every single minute of it. One of the most exciting games so far, I think. Once again, leave your comments and predictions down below. I know we've already passed the first half, but heading into the second half. Yeah, what do you guys think of the game so far? Who do you think will take it from here? Also, you can ask me anything football related, whether it be the Ronaldo situation, whether it be other games coming up, whether it be games that have already passed. You guys can ask me anything, whether it be football or not. I don't really care. Yeah, and also let me know what you guys think about the new setup. As I said, I really personally like it. I mean, of course I will. It's my setup. But yeah, I like it, to be honest with you. I've got my Rio Ferdinand book up there. Been quite a good read. I mean, I'm not a huge reader of books. I'll be the first one to say that. But that Rio Ferdinand book, super, super good. Super, super good. Obviously, I promise I will sort that picture out eventually. That's not going to lie in the back forever. Other things around. But yeah, I like how this office space has kind of come together slowly but surely. It is looking like a proper setup as opposed to just a bedroom. Yeah, it looks good. I'm a huge fan of it. Okay, Once again, we're going to traditionally like 20 more ads before before the game our game comes back. I wonder what changes will be made from each team. I think definitely looking at Croatia, they're going to look to play a lot more like they did in the final 5 minutes of that half. I think looking at Morocco, once again, I don't know if there's too many improvements there. I think genuinely just be more clinical in terms of attacking. Yeah, at this point in time, it could go either way. And I've got no way to kind of read it in terms of there being an obvious winner or not. Cool. It seems as if the Panama take on the game. But your Moroccan fans being displayed in the stadium, once again, super exciting time for them, I'm sure. Once again, they can be super, super proud of themselves after that first half. They've done really well, to be honest. Some beautiful Moroccan kits out there, all of the old kits. As I said, I've got a slightly older one. I love this one, but that new kit is something else. All the Croatian kits out there, all of them with like the rugby scrum caps almost. But yeah, as we can see on screen right now, Croatia are heading out of the tunnel. You've got Kovacic and Sosa, they're walking together. Obviously, Gvardiol with his face mark, Brozovic. It is such a star-studded Croatian team. As I said, I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm not saying Morocco are a bad team, but they can be so proud of themselves for going into this half. The way that they played with the draw, I think they can be proud of themselves. They've really not made it easy for Croatia. Once again, players sitting out for the pitch. I think second half is going to start in the next minute or two. Morocco is heading out at the moment. As commentators are saying, I think it's been very difficult for Morocco on the pitch in terms of in terms of Croatia, also not making it easy for them. I think both teams have been challenging, definitely. I think one of the biggest moments of that half definitely has to be Bono's save, because that proved that in an instant, no matter how hard you work, if you switch off for a second, the other team can capitalize on it. That can win and lose games. Okay, Pasalic is going to be coming on, the Atalanta player. I wonder who he's going to be coming on for. He's coming on for Vlasic. Once again, as you know, that right-wing area probably maybe the weakest for Croatia, but it does seem as if Vlasic will be coming off, and Pasalic, the Atalanta attacker, will be coming on. And once again, it'll be interesting to see whether a player like Orsic gets game time. As we know, the Zagreb attacker. I hope he gets some game time. But yeah, let's hope that the substitutes can make a difference for Croatia. From Morocco's point of view, hopefully they can deal with him. Hopefully they can read his play a bit. And it seems as if we are ready for the second half kickoff. Okay, let's see what we can gain from the second half. Let's hope that a winner's in stock for Morocco. As I said, even if they get a draw here, I feel like a draw versus the runners-up of the previous World Cup, not the worst result in the world. Both teams are ready. It will be Croatia who kick it off. As we know, once again, the current official for this game, Croatia versus Morocco, did officiate 5 games at the Euros, so definitely at a very top level. He is very, very capable, and I can't say I've disagreed with any of the decisions he's made so far. We do have Walid, who's busy, the Moroccan manager, who's busy walking out of the tunnel. It seems as if he does want to make a change. And for some reason, we do have Amrabat, who's coming on quite late. I'm not sure why he's so late. Seems as if Walid does want them to make some sort of change there. Once again, not sure what that's about. It seems a bit manic, to be honest with you. But yeah, as I said, Morocco can be very, very proud of themselves. As second half does kick off, Croatia do start off with the ball. Once again, I wonder what they were talking about at halftime. I think it's just a matter of being a bit more clinical and playing a lot more like they did in the last 5 minutes of the first half. Once again, phenomenal team. We'll have to see what they do here. Heading in, just a reminder of the lineups. As we know, for Morocco, they've got Bono in defense there. In the back four, they've got Mizraoui on the left side, Hakimi on the right, with Saiz and Aguad as the two centre backs. Once again, very solid, reliable defense. has everything from attack to defensive abilities. You've got Amla, Anahi, and Amrabat in your midfield with Bufal on the left wing, Ziyech on the right wing, who has had a few crosses into the box, hasn't quite been there with set pieces, and in Nesri as the striker. Very, very top team. Reminder in terms of Croatia, once again, they've got Livakovic, the Zagreb goalkeeper. In defense, they've got Sosa on the left side, Juranovic on the right side, Kvaradil and Lovren as the two centre-backs, Kovacic, Brozovic, Modric. You're never going to change that midfield. And in terms of attack, they've got Perisic on the left, Kramaric on the centre, and you've got I can't remember his name, the Atalanta right wing, who's come on for Vlasic. Once again, a Serie A player for another Serie A player. I was busy getting rid of the neck. I can't remember Atalanta's name. Croatia looking very strong on the ball at the moment. Will they be able to do anything early on here? It does seem that Morocco do seem confident on the ball. Once again, hopefully we can see some good football here. Well, yeah, I mean, in terms of whoever wins it, of course, I want an African team to win it, but I just care about good football, to be honest with you. I think good football is all I'm really here for. I didn't realize that Morocco have only won one of their last 10 games at a World Cup. Crazy to think about considering the amount of talent they have in their team, but let's not forget, the World Cup is meant for the best of the best, and that's not to say that Morocco isn't, but once again, nothing is guaranteed here. I mean, talking about nothing being guaranteed, I guess we got that from Saudi Arabia versus Argentina yesterday. We do have a cross over the box, over the defense from Croatia. They're in a really good attacking area over here, whether they'll be able to get a cross into the box or whether the stubbornness of Morocco will stop them. They seem to have gotten a cross on the box, but it was offside. So the ball does go to Morocco. Perisic flailing his arms in the air. Once again, some really good play there from Croatia, just offside, side, and Pasalic, the Atalanta attacker. There we go. I finally got the name, Pasalic. Unfortunately, unable to do anything. Once again, yeah, I think that's a good point that the commentators are making. It's the Moroccan team are also almost playing a very high pressure game. It's almost a very condensed game, a very close, compact game in terms of around players like Modric and that. Players that you don't want too much time on the ball. And they've done very well at that. There's going to be a Moroccan throw-in, obviously close to the Croatian box, as Juranovic clears the ball out. Bufal on the ball, former Southampton winger. Once again, he's totally rejuvenated his career since leaving Southampton. I mean, to have James Franco quote put it, first time, Virgil van Dijk, Sadio Mane. Once again, Southampton has produced some brilliant players that have left, but yeah, Bufal definitely an underrated one. Okay, there we go. Another Croatia counter-attack. They're starting up slow from the back. Whether they're going to be able to build from this foundation, we'll have to wait and see. Once again, Morocco, sloppily given the ball away, but it is called as a foul. I'm not too sure about that, to be honest with you. I think Amrabat might have won that fair and square. But no, it seems on the replay, it does seem obvious that he did push over the Croatian player. It was a bit WWE-ish. There we go. 5 minutes into the first half. I can only really say into the second half, it's only really been Croatia's ball. Not sure Morocco's gotten much time on it. Saying that, Morocco do win the ball back, but once again, just as it has been, it bounced back to Croatian feet. Morocco did get the ball for a second, but it is cleared away. I like how my brain goes blank every 5 seconds watching this game because there's just so much happening. The ball bounces back and forth so quickly. Yeah, obviously looking at Kvaradil, the young centre-back from RB Leipzig for Croatia, been linked to some massive clubs. There have been talks about him joining like Man City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, but quickly going back to the game, Morocco are on a counter-attack. They do take a shot, and there's another shot. It is headed away, but it is cleared away by Livakovic at the back. Once again, that was one of the closest chances Morocco have had all game. What a play that would have been. Mazraoui does seem to be injured and off the pitch at the moment. There's going to be no break, though. Croatia are on a quick counter-attack, and they are slowing play down a bit. Hopefully Mazraoui can come back from the floor sooner rather than later. Once again, Bueno Sosa getting the ball back creatively. The Croatian is wide open in that right wing position. Wide open. A cross is into the box, but it is cleared away by Morocco. Yeah, I think a huge part of that is the fact that Mazraoui is injured, so that's why that Croatian player had so much space on it. Yeah, injured. I think they're unhappy that the ref. Hopefully, Mazraoui is no big day. What a save. Yeah, obviously, I mean, Mazraoui puts his entire body on the line to try and score there. Hopefully, he is okay. Obviously, reintroduced to this Moroccan national team after a long time away. There's going to be a corner in here by Croatia. They get the cross into the box, and it is saved off the line. Once again, saved off the line by Amrabat. Croatia are relentless, but Morocco do clear it away. Bono does seem injured, though. There seems to have been a clash between Bono and Gvardiol. Bono obviously lying down on his goal line. Hopefully he's okay. That would be a huge loss for Morocco. Obviously a bit of mayhem in the box at the moment. And as you can see, I think Bono obviously dived into the box and did get a kick on the side from Gvardiol, obviously unintentionally. But a lot of impact in the box right there. I think everyone will come out of it okay. It was just in the moment. But that was one of the best chances that Croatia have had all game. Once again, I keep on saying it, as the game goes on, Croatia get more and more chances. And eventually I'm worried for them. I'm worried that they score. I mean, if you keep chipping away at the damn wall, eventually there will be a leak. But hopefully Morocco are able to change things around. Obviously, looking back at Mazraoui, hopefully he's okay. He seems to have picked up some sort of knock or injury from his attempt at goal earlier. I mean, he would be a huge loss for this team if they have to take him off. As we know, as I said earlier, reintroduced to the squad after a long time away, along with the likes of Hamdallah and Ziyech. Reintroduced, he could be a vital player to this team if he is still match fit. There's a bit of concern moments in terms of Mazraoui. Hopefully he is okay. I think he seems to be okay. Interesting to see, because if you just look back at the highlights, Mazraoui didn't collide with anyone. It's just the way that he landed after attempting to go for goal. So hopefully, in such a silly fashion, that's not how he gets out of this game. He's not excluded from this game book. That's not going to be his farewell. Once again, we've got about half an hour left of the game, or 40 minutes left of the game. We've been incredibly close. But Croatia definitely showing some fire in recent moments. And I think Morocco should be worried to an extent. Obviously showing the crowd at the moment. There is a huge amount of Moroccans in the stadium to support their team. Mazraoui being taken off the pitch. Obviously, he's walking off, so it should be okay. But he is holding his side quite a bit, so hopefully he's okay. I think it's just a bit of a strain there. As you know, the Bayern Munich right back / left back can actually play on either of those sides. Came from Ajax. Once again, whether he's made the impact he wanted to at Bayern Munich is still very early days. Hard to tell. Drop ball given to Morocco. Once again, hopefully they can do something here. Amrabat gets the ball, does cross it over the box, doesn't really meet anyone. Okay, Mazraoui is back on the pitch, the number 20 or the number 3 for Morocco. Once again, I don't know why I'm struggling to speak today. I don't know. I guess I must just be tired. The number 20, the number 3 for Morocco. 55 minutes in. Morocco 0, Croatia 0. Still very Croatia get the ball up front. Bono was thinking of going for it, but did back out as soon as possible. You can see a bit of talking happening between the coaching staff for Morocco. I wonder if they're going to take anyone off. Once again, Bono going to take a goal kick for Morocco. I'm glad he's well and that he didn't take too much of a knock in that collision. Good clearance away from Croatia there. It does bounce to Morocco, though. Once again, ball back to Croatia, back to Morocco. It's like a game of ping pong here. But finally, it has seemed to fall to Croatian feet. Oh, bit of a tussle in the midfield. Once again, bit of a battle being played out. Croatia have done very, very well to win the ball back from Morocco whenever Morocco have it. The only reason Croatia keep losing it is because their passing isn't quite on point today, which is weird considering the players in this squad. I mean, you think Perisic, Sosa, Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic, or you could actually mention the whole team. It's like an incredible group of passes, but today passing just isn't hitting the same. Okay, and as we can see, Mandzukic is on the bench for, well, obviously part of the coaching staff for Croatia. It just like totally caught me off guard. I didn't realize he was in the coaching staff. So I just see like Mandzukic on the bench. I'm like, they're not doing that bad that they had to bring Mandzukic out of retirement, right? Yeah, I think Croatia, they've had some phenomenal players over the years. Still have elements of their golden generation, but if there's a tournament where they have to impress, it would be this one. Saying that, I don't know what the expectations are for Croatia this tournament. I think people still expect them to do well. Obviously, not as well as last time. At least I don't think. It'll be interesting to see what they can gain from this experience. I want you guys to let me know down below. Do you think this Croatia still in its Croatian team is still in its golden generation? Do you think it's leaving the golden generation? Has it left the golden generation? As I said, I think it's definitely time to turn a new leaf. Some newer players coming in here. But no, definitely. You look at some of the old veterans here, such as who I was mentioning earlier, like a Luka Modric, for example, a Dejan Lovren, all of those players still in the squad. Once again, they are getting young players. It'll be interesting they deal with time. It looks as if Mazraoui's asking to possibly come off, which would be a big loss. Yeah, his dive a bit earlier, unfortunately, he landed right on his hip, which seems to have injured him quite a bit. Hopefully that won't be too bad an injury. I think it might just be like a strain. Hopefully it's not like a muscle tear or... But he does seem to be struggling with it. Very, very good player. Will be a huge, huge loss here. Oh, wow. Okay. Mazraoui has to come off a stretcher. Didn't realize it was that bad. Okay, so he obviously is in quite a bit of pain. Yeah, hopefully this won't keep Mazraoui out of the other games. I mean, versus Belgium and Canada, you do want your best players available. So hopefully Mazraoui is okay. He is being substituted off at the moment, 60th minute, half an hour left. Looks very, very unhappy with the situation. And Atiyat Allah has seems to be the player who's about to come on. Atiyat Allah. Yeah, once again, he's Allah's one of only 3 players who's part of that Moroccan African Cup of Nations group from all those years ago. Once again, this African Cup or this Moroccan team has some stars in it. We can't forget it wasn't that long ago where they battled for African Cup of Nations. I mean, even in the recent African Cup of Nations, I had that argument that on the attacking front, I thought that they were actually one of the better teams. Unfortunately, got knocked out sooner than they probably would have liked. But there's a good group to estimate. Half an hour left off the game. Once again, still even a piece. It is still a 0-0 game. Hopefully, it won't end a 0-0 game. Hopefully, something does happen here for Morocco. Dejan Lovren on the ball once again, an experienced defender, paired for many, many years with Vida in defense. And although Vida is at the back, or he is on the bench, once again, Gavardiol, you just can't bench a player like him. One of the highest prospect young centre-backs in the world. In fact, in terms of young centre-backs, I wouldn't argue too much if you said that he is the highest profile one. Once again, Gavardiol, the man we were speaking about, on the ball at the moment. Very, very organized in the way that he plays. He's not too rash with his decisions, which once again, that experience for centre-back is very, very good. Across into the box, but it is made by Bono. Had a brilliant save in the first half, does it once again. Once again, Morocco slowly building from the back with half an hour left. Once again, it'll be interesting to kind of see how they evolve their play as the game goes on, whether they'll make any changes to what they want to do. Clapping starting in the back. I think fans are getting the players psyched up. But there seems to be a really good run on that right-hand side of Morocco. Are they going to get across into the box? It seems like an opportunity here. Morocco get a shot, and they totally miss the ball. They do get another opportunity as the Moroccan substitute gets another cross into the box, and it goes straight to Livakovic. The goalkeeper catches it calmly, as there's no real risk there. Brilliant, brilliant run and cross by Hakimi. Unfortunately, not met by anyone. I think his pace, Hakimi's been very, very good this game. But something about his passing, as I've said a few times, it's not quite meeting my expectations. It's not there to delivery this game. I'm a bit disappointed in that. As you know, obviously with one major fullback missing with Mizraoui. Oh, before I get into that, once again, Morocco on another counter-attack. Unfortunately, Boufal doesn't meet anyone with that pass. It bounces back to him, though. He does get another pass off. Amrabat gets the ball up forward, and the ref blows the whistle. Once again, tiny bit of a knock there. I think Luka Modric seems to have absolutely wiped someone out just outside of the Croatian box. Once again, another good free kick area. I hope Ziyech doesn't take it. Nothing bad versus Ziyech. But he hasn't been meeting set pieces. I think Hakimi needs to take this one. We saw that in the African Cup of Nations, how deadly Hakimi could be on the ball, although this is very, very far out. I think Hakimi probably is the best option here. He scored a beautiful free kick, African Cup of Nations. He is a good set piece taker. I think I would prefer him over Ziyech at this point, to be honest. Just think a bit more of a clinical player. Once again, I mean, no surprise, Hakimi and Ziyech are talking back and forth about their ideas. Livakovic, the Croatian goalkeeper, obviously making sure his defenders are in place. You can just see the fire in Hakimi's eyes. You can tell that Achraf Hakimi wants to do something special here. He shoots, and it is saved by Livakovic. What a goal that would have been. I mean, Ziyech did take the free kick. It was a poke towards Hakimi, and Hakimi blasts it from about 40 yards out, 35 yards out. And what a save it is from Livakovic. As we can see in the replay here, I mean, it was almost directly at the goalkeeper, but with the power on it and the way it bent, once again, very hard to read, and a good save at the end of the day from Livakovic, especially to clear it out the box. That was. Morocco can count themselves proud of a player like that. Once again, they would have liked to score, and what a goal that would have been. What an opening kind of goal to this game. Once again, another substitute seems to have happened as Boufal, the Unger attacker, seems to be coming off. Decent game, hasn't done too much, and Ezel Zuli is coming on. Once again, very highly promising young Barcelona left wing that's just come on for Boufal. Whether he can achieve something, I think a lot of people should keep their eyes on him. One of maybe the top 3 young African players in the world at the moment, along with players such as Kudus and one or two other. Once again, Croatia on another counter-attack at the moment. Beautiful, beautiful play there by Morocco. Once again, looking at possession stats, 50% for Croatia, 32 for Morocco, and the other 18 being in contest possession. Once again, I kind of find that a weird possession stat. I mean, I get what they mean, but they're counting the possession that no one has complete control over it, which, once again, I think that's a bit too far in depth. Once again, Morocco on the ball there, whether they can get it out of their defensive area. They seem to have done so, but it falls back to Croatian feet. Croatia looking to set up another goal, or to set up a goal, should I say. But the ball goes back to Hakimi. Ball's passed to Amrabat. Amrabat gives it away in a very sloppy fashion, which he has not done for just the first time this game. Gets the ball up to a good attacking area. Cross is into the box. Luka Modric on the ball. It is passed to Amrabat. Amrabat is able to clear it away. No, it's not. It's given to another Croatian player. Once again, Morocco are playing with fire here. Their passing is not on point at the moment, and it could cost them hugely. What are Morocco doing with their passes? I don't know what it is. I think Amrabat's just trying to pass through the center of the pitch, and it's just not working for him. I don't know. Morocco are going to be their own downfall if they concede a goal here. Once again, being very, very risky at the moment. Not great. Good bit of play there once again. Croatia on the ball at the moment, looking up to set up a counter-attack with 23 minutes of the game left. This game's absolutely flown past, by the way. This is my third live stream, obviously, for the World Cup. It's gone so insanely fast. Once again, Croatia quite well there on the ball. Once again, Croatia not really getting the pass off. Which, weirdly enough, as I said, considering how many brilliant passes off the balls there are in this Croatian team, they're not really getting their passes off. I feel like that's been their biggest downfall this game, is the fact that they can't get their passes done. I mean, if there's one thing you expect this team to do, it is that. But once again, you also have to give credit to Morocco in terms of total receptions between midfield and defensive lines, as shown on screen. Perisic leading that number with 16 total receptions between midfield and defense, followed by Buffal and next up ziyech. Once again, I don't think there's anything too surprising there. Once again, Croatia kind of just lurking outside that Moroccan box, trying to wait for like a little gap of opportunity for them to get it in. Good work by Croatia there, once again, to keep possession. Morocco not making it easy for them by giving them a gap. Once again, Modric is on the ball, former Ballon d'Or winner. Once again, Croatia on the ball, trying to slowly break into that Moroccan midfield, but they're just not making any distance. They just keep passing it back to the halfway line. Yeah, about 17 minutes left, and I mean, or 16 minutes left. Morocco have frustrated Croatia. I think this is a huge win, in my opinion. Morocco have held their own in the last 74 minutes or so versus Croatia. They deserve a lot of respect. Once again, Croatia really trying to break in, but Morocco not giving a single opportunity. Morocco do get a ball up and under, but Croatia, once again, physicality wins that battle. Saying that, Croatia a very good attacking opportunity at the moment. It does get forward. Are they going to be able to do anything there? Unfortunately not. Almost some miscommunication there, as Bono has to clear it out. Oh, once again, a very sloppy pass by Croatia there. It is given to Morocco, but Morocco just shoot from the halfway line with absolutely no way of getting it in. But saying that there was a whistle blown there, I think the Moroccan player fouled the Croatian anyway. Aha, my neck absolutely broke. Once again, 15 minutes left of the game, still 0-0 apiece. Croatia really not being able to break into this Moroccan team at the moment. Morocco are doing very well defensively. They kind of have parked the bus by default. They have to. But there is a pass into the box by Croatia. Not able to do anything with it as it does meet Morocco once again. A long ball pass up, but it is met by a Croatian. Once again, passes just aren't working, in my opinion, in this game so far. Every pass that seems to be made by either team gets intercepted. Once again, as soon as I said that, Luka Modric does win it. He looks like he might take a long-range shot. He isn't able to. He passes it out to Ivan Perisic. Even Perisic not able to get the cross in. What is happening to Croatia? They just can't. As I said, guys, 15 minutes left. Let me know if there will be a winner in your opinion. 15 minutes left, still 0-0. Let me know if you guys think if there still will be a winner. Let me know who you think it will be. Let me know who you think will score it. Do you think Perisic, Modric, Iniesta? Let me know. Oh, Hakimi doing very well to keep the ball away from Perisic. They're very, very close. As you know, very similar players in terms of how they can play. They can both play as wingers or fullbacks. Can both players, I'll describe them both as wing fullbacks in terms of how they play. Very, very close. I think Morocco are thinking of making another substitution by the looks of things. Nothing quite confirmed yet. We'll have to keep our eyes out for it. Once again, 13 minutes left of normal time. Croatia on another counter-attack, whether they can do something here. I mean, if there's a time for Croatia to make the difference, it has to be now. Once again, Croatia being very cautious about keeping their possession. They don't want to give it away to Morocco. Because as Morocco have shown on many occasions, they can be very quick on the counter-attack. Once again, looking at Morocco, though, they've only won 2 of their last 16 World Cup finals games. So once again, they don't have the best of records in the World Cup. As I said, came last place in the previous World Cup. But they've done themselves proud here, even if they don't get a win. Saying that, there's a yellow card handed out to Amrabat at the moment. A heavily bad tackle on Luka Modric, that's been a very good battle so far this game. That kind of battle between Modric and Amrabat. Been very, very physical. But Modric does well to almost win the foul there. Saying that, it was slightly reckless by Amrabat. Goes for a high five from the referee. You love to see it. Once again, Croatia get another counter-attack opportunity. They're coming at it thick and fast. They're looking very, very dangerous. Once again, still have possession, but it is cleared away by, I think it was Saiz. And there we go, the man of the hour, the man, the myth, the legend. It looks as if Hamdallah could be making his way onto the pitch. That could be huge. Come on, please. Please let Hamdallah come on. This man is a brilliant goal scorer. Far better, in my opinion, than Iniesta. Okay, we do have Kovacic coming off for Croatia now, the Chelsea midfielder and former Real Madrid and Inter midfielder coming off the pitch. Once again, in terms of distance made, he's been an absolute workhorse. And Maya, who I believe plays for AC Milan, is coming on for him. Once again, whether he plays as a winger, whether he plays as a midfielder, he's an absolutely solid player. He could make the difference from an attacking point of view here. Croatia take a throw in into the box. It is not met by Croatian head, unfortunately. Morocco look to clear it away from their area. Unfortunately not, as Morocco or as Croatia still have it. Maya on the ball, his first touch of the game. Unfortunately, handball outside of the box for Morocco. They start again. Once again, as I said, Amala just hasn't had a good game. I do think him having contract troubles and not playing since like September or something like that is a major, major worry. Once again, you can't have players starting in your team versus the World Cup runners-up from last time. You can't have players who aren't match fit, who aren't match sharp. It's just not going to work. There we go, from almost the outside line. We do have Luka Modric, who is ready to, it does seem like he'll be either more Maya. Maya seems to be the person like the inward swing. Once again, Maya misses the ball, and it looks like Modric will take the free kick. Ball still floating in the air at the moment, and it is met by a Croatian hit, but it is off target. Gvardiol does get the ball, does seem to be complaining to the ref there. I don't know if he feels like there was too much contact. There we go. 10 minutes left. Is Hamdallah finally going to come on? I've been waiting for this for so long. Bring Hamdallah. Hamdallah is a striker who needs to start. As I said, he is a better striker than Iniesta, in my opinion. I mean, this is a man who can score goals. Yeah, as I thought, Iniesta coming off for Hamdallah, it makes sense. Once again, he's had an okay game, an opportunity or two, but hasn't really gotten any shots off. Yeah, Hamdallah coming on for Iniesta, and Nahi once again totally quiet in that number 8 position for Morocco, also coming off at the moment. In terms of players coming on for his position, they haven't quite shown it yet, who's coming on for Nahi. Can't quite see. I think it's Sabiri is coming on. Yeah, number 11 Sabiri is coming on for Anahi. For Sampdoria. Some player. Once again, we've got about 9 minutes left. If a team wants to make the difference here, we do need it. We can't have 2 African games in a row over 2 days that have 0-0 score lines. That is not good enough. We need goals. We are yet to see an African team score this World Cup. Okay, come. Hopefully Morocco can do something from this kind of area. Once again, very, very good work from Croatia there to get the ball into an attacking field of play. Luka Modric, brilliant run on the ball, brilliant pass back to Luka Modric. He is in the Moroccan box, but it is cleared away. 8 minutes left. What I say to say, too many misplaced passes, and that's been a common theme of this game. I've realized how many misplaced passes there are. It is a bit sad because, I mean, I've said it before, but this Croatian team should really be better in that kind of area of play. Once again, this is the 3rd time that Croatia have played African opponents in a World Cup. The other 2 times versus Cameroon and Nigeria, they have picked up points. So the fact that at this moment in time, Morocco are getting points from Croatia, that's huge. Because it's not just a matter about, oh yeah, Morocco get a point here, and that could be huge in the long run. It's the fact that they are taking 2 away from Croatia, and I think there's so much pride in that. Oh, my old bones. Once again, goalkeeper for Livakovic. Goal kick. Yeah, once again, commentators made a brilliant point there. In terms of Morocco, although, yes, they had some great attacking opportunities in the first half, Ziyech has been totally quiet. I know we were joking about him being known as the magician for Ajax, but I mean, Harry Potter's magician, he was wearing the invisibility cloak. I haven't seen this man whatsoever. Genuinely hidden in this game. Once again, Luka Modric gets a diagonal ball into the box. Unfortunately, meets another Moroccan player. Morocco having to be very careful in the back, as Croatia do seem to have put a little bit extra pressure on at the moment. Gvardiol clears the ball away from the Croatian area. Once again, Morocco do get possession back. Amrabat on the ball, gets a good pass off. I think, as I said, the big difference will be if Hamdallah can get the ball up front. I think they need him to get his head on it. Once again, Morocco having another counter-attack. Ziyech on the ball, who we haven't seen much of this game. He gets across into the box and can't quite get it to Hamdallah. Once again, Hamdallah loses the aerial battle to Dejan Lovren. And with 6 minutes left, with 5.5 minutes left, it is going to be Morocco's ball in the box, but Livakovic does win it. Once again, another attacking opportunity for Morocco. Let's hope that they can finally make something out of this one. Very good passing around for Morocco. They are waiting for their players to get into the box. The young Barcelona winger does run up the pitch, but is fouled off of the ball. Not even fouled. It's just fairly won by Croatia. He seems to be holding his face a tiny bit. Maybe he got a bit of a whack there by Croatia. And with 5 minutes left, as I said, things are still 0-0 apiece. Still 0 apiece. This could still go absolutely either way. Very, very close. I mean, Morocco have only made it twice into Croatia's penalty area so far the second half, so that's definitely not promising to hear. Once again, Morocco is setting up play. Once again, it might be one of their last pieces of play, as there are only 4 minutes left in this game. I mean, heading into this game, I knew it would be a close one, but I didn't expect a 0-0 draw. I expected at least one goal in this game, which, speaking earlier, I might be proven wrong there, but the ball is met by Bona at the back after a very good pass from Croatia. Once again, Morocco on the ball at the moment. I think a huge thing that really helps Morocco in a situation like this is Croatia will be tired, and Morocco have a lot of pace on them. If they can use that kind of pace versus a very tired team, they will be able to break in through there. There's some brilliant play happening on the left-hand side for Morocco at the moment. If any players are going to be picked up from a passing point of view. Okay, once again, the kind of a battle between the players on the right-hand side of the pitch in Croatia's half. Modric running on the ball, unfortunately runs it out of play. 3.5 minutes left. As I said, still 0-0. Let's see what we can take away from this. With about 3 minutes left of the original time, there should be about 6 minutes added time added on. Oh, and Morocco make a huge mistake in terms of their attacking play, giving the ball away in a sloppy state. And obviously a tactical foul seems to have been put in place there. And will the referee blow his whistle there? And he does. Ooh, Juranovic there. Oh, he also kind of ran into the back of the Moroccan defender there. I think he kind of played for the foul. Oh, huge mistake by the young Moroccan from Barcelona there. Once again, I mean, that's something Anthony from Manchester United would try out and would get slandered for weeks about trying that skill move. Once again, Croatia with only 2.5 minutes left. Are they going to be able to achieve anything here? Croatia on the ball once again, 2 minutes left. Luka Modric on the ball once again. I bet you he'll really want to create something here. He's come a bit further back in a deep playing role kind of area. Croatia really seeming to struggle to break into this Moroccan defense. Once again, this could be an absolutely huge point loss for both of these two teams, because this is not an easy group with obviously Morocco, Croatia, but you've also got Belgium and Canada. So losing points here for both of these two teams could be costly. It is one of those games where I felt like whoever would win it would be another team to advance through, with probably Belgium. But you know, after a draw like this, I'm totally lost for words. I mean, it leaves the group wide open. There we go. 1 more minute left of normal time. Moroccan fans are screaming. They are celebrating. They are waving their flags in support for their national team. Can they do something? Can Morocco do something in the final minute of the game to take it all? It seems as if even Perisic, the Tottenham Hotspur's winger, will be coming off. One shot on target. Orsic, the Zagreb winger, has come on in his place. Once again, we've seen him do amazing things. We've seen him do some wonders versus some top England clubs over the past few years. But whether he can do the deal versus Morocco, we'll have to wait and see. We've got 30 seconds left of normal time. Once again, still so much to play for. Morocco doing very, very well on the ball over there. About 20 seconds left of normal time, and then about 6 more minutes of added time. Once again, I think it would be so incredibly harsh for either of these two teams to lose this game. I think both teams, as we know, phenomenal, and they've really showcased absolutely everything this game. But it would be such an amazing game to win, but a horrific one to lose. It's one of those. There we go, 6 minutes extra time. Can any team take the points here? As you can see, Morocco in another attacking area. Can they create something? The young Barcelona left wing does get across into the box, but it is met safely by the Croatian goalkeeper. Once again, kind of wasteful, or expected them to do a tiny bit more from that kind of area. Maya, the Croatian on the ball from AC Milan, passes off quite well, running into a good attacking area. Five minutes left. I really, really want Morocco to take this one. Saying that, they do win the ball back in a very, very good area. Hopefully, they can get players up the pitch fast enough. Not quite. I mean, I think Hamdallah is a player that could have made a difference if he came on about half an hour earlier. I mean, I'm not sure if I've seen him touch the ball. I mean, looking at both of these two teams, it is completely even. Both Morocco and Croatia, 7 shots each, 2 shots on targets each. I mean, it really couldn't be any closer than this. I know Croatia probably will have dominated the possession stats, but at the end of the day, I mean, it doesn't matter how long you've held onto the ball if you don't score from it. As Jose Mourinho always said when he played versus Manchester City, he always said, cool, they can keep the possession, but if we keep the 3 points afterwards, that's all that matters. Once again, Dejan Lovren trying to clear the ball away so that Hamdallah doesn't get it. Once again, about 4 minutes of added time left until the end of the game. And Morocco in a very good attacking area to take a throw in. Very, very close. Good thrown into the box. Can Morocco do anything there? No, it falls once again to Croatia. Oh, very good slide tackle from Morocco, though. Once again, back on the ball. Good little tackle by Saiz there. Oh, ziyech almost on the ball, but the pass is overcooked. Ziyech will be taking the throne, though, once again, for the magician, as I said, so-called from his nickname at Ajax. He's been wearing the invincibility cloak from Harry Potter. So, I mean, if that's what you mean by magician, then I guess I get you. But he's been so invisible today. Ah, once again, another ball out for a throw. And Ziyech, once again, way too quiet for me. Luka Modric on the ball, fouled by Ziyech, obviously. You know, it's one thing that I never get over my head. Like, I know this is such an old fact, and like, it's common sense as a football fan, but I still can't get in my head the fact that Tottenham Hotspurs had a player like Luka Modric. To me, that's mental to think about the level he is now versus Tottenham Hotspurs, a team that's never really competed for the Prem. I mean, saying that 4 or 5 years ago, there was a chance where they were favourites to at least come second. But yeah, no, it's totally weird. It shows how far he's come in his career. Okay, 2.5 minutes left. This is everything. Once again, commentators talking about how proud Morocco can be, the hard work they've put in for the draw here. But in that way, I don't know, that's almost undermining towards or undermining towards this Moroccan team. I think they could have gone on to win it. I mean, game's not over yet. Croatia are on a counter-attack. They are in the box. It is cleared away by Morocco, though. And that is big, big as a clearance. 2 minutes left of extra time. You do not want to be conceding. Croatia on another counter-attack. Once again, the only problem with this game is that they are missing that little extra bit of oomph in the final third of the opposition's box. Not really achieving anything. Once again, a minute and a half left. You do have Croatia, who do get a pass into the box. Once again, Morocco are fighting to keep it away. Croatia fighting to keep it back. Will they do anything here? It is an overcooked pass. And unfortunately, Morocco do have it back. Saying that, not unfortunately for Morocco, as they are making a run up the pitch. Can they get their perfect counter-attack? No. Once again, their passes is just way off. Once again, Morocco do get the ball back somehow, though. Are they going to be able to create anything on that left wing side? No, as Croatia do win it back. We then prepare for our final minute there. Morocco do foul Croatia with 1 minute left of the game. Can we see that change? Can we see that game-changing moment from either of these two teams? That game-changing moment. We are there. Final minutes of extra time. Can Croatia have a late opportunity here? About 40 seconds left on the clock. As you know, the World Cup runners-up versus a team that's super strong in the African Cup of Nations. What's going to be made of it? Once again, Levaya, as we know, top quality striker in the Croatian league. Hasn't quite made the impact I was hoping for since he's come on the pitch from the bench, but saying that he's probably been a bit more impactful than Kramaric. Modric gets across into the box. Can he create anything? No, it is cleared away from Morocco. Croatia still have the ball, though, as it is bounced back to them. Can they achieve anything? And it is cleared away once again. About 4 seconds left of extra time. Can any more time be added? And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, okay, just like that. Morocco 0, Croatia 0. I mean, what a game that was. As I said, I think Morocco can be tremendously proud of themselves. Obviously, if you're watching this video as part of the live stream, I hope that you enjoyed the live stream. But Joe, what a game that was. I think there are a lot of things I could pick at from both Morocco and both Croatia. I think from Morocco's point of view, they had some great attacking chances, but they just weren't clinical enough. They probably should have started Hamdallah a lot earlier on. I've always kind of backed him as a striker. I think he's a lot more clinical than Enesri. As I said, Enesri kind of unnecessarily got rid of the ball. Looking at Croatia's point of view, I think they'll be quite unhappy with their performances. I think they had some good spells, some good attacking opportunities, but also very, very wasteful. Saying that, Bono had an absolutely brilliant game in the goalkeeper position, definitely saved some very tricky shots from Croatia, but at the end of the day, level apiece, 0-0, it will impact the group quite a bit. Having both Belgium and Canada there. As I said, I thought that the winner of this group would play a huge role from this game would play a huge role in terms of how the group sets up towards the end of the group stage. But now that they've drawn it, once again, it all goes down to what they can do versus Canada and versus Belgium. Once again, I think another big talk point for Morocco is Ziyech, his return to this Moroccan national team. As you know, he's been out for the last few years due to disagreements with the previous coach. Was it worth bringing him back into the international team? Once again, I'm not going to say no. Still very, very early days, but he was way too quiet in that game. I mean, as I kept on saying, I mean, he was known as the magician at Ajax, but he pretty much wore the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter. If that's what they meant by magician, once again, not impressed. I felt like he could have done way more in that role. I do feel like having some players like Amala in the midfield did hinder Morocco. Obviously, he hasn't really played football since September because him and his club Standard Liège obviously have had a bit of a falling out. And you just can't have players versus a team that were runners-up in the 2018 World Cup. You can't play players that aren't match fit and that aren't match sharp. Once again, not the best Moroccan team that could have been set out there, not the best tactics that were used, but they can still be very, very proud of themselves. I mean, to get a point versus this Croatian team that still have players in the golden generation, that still have Luka Modric, which disagree totally with what the commentators were saying. They were telling me that maybe Luka Modric hadn't had a huge impact on the game, that he wasn't playing well. I thought that maybe Luka Modric was the best thing about them on the pitch. Once again, hopefully Mazraoui is okay. Obviously, he picked up a knock. He had to go off the pitch after his goal attempt. Once again, I hope he does play the other two games. He is a huge impact player, and they will miss him if he's not there. But guys, I hope that you did enjoy the game. I hope that you enjoyed the live stream. stream, if you did watch from a live stream point of view. I think, once again, solid defense from Morocco. They can be super proud of themselves. Aguilar and Saiz, once again, two very solid centre backs. I know a lot of people told me in previous games where I spoke, or previous videos where I spoke about Morocco, people told me, oh, but they use the same foot. They're both right-footed or both left-footed. Guys, these are two highly professional defenders, highly professional footballers. In fact, they are good on both feet. That is how things work. Once again, Morocco, very solid team. Next game is going to be a big one for them. I think that is the game versus Canada. And then on to Belgium. Once again, I do believe that probably need to use a similar system. I like the way that they played. But once again, take players like Amala out. Wasn't quite there for me. Get a player who's a bit more sharp on the ball. Get rid of Nesri. Bring on Hamdallah. I want to see what he can create. Once again, I do think we should give Ziyech time. He is a top quality player. But guys, I hope that you did enjoy. For more content in the future, please make sure to subscribe. Obviously, a lot more content coming your way over the World Cup. Please make sure to like if you did end up enjoying. I mean, like for kind of makes sense in my opinion. But guys, this has been fun. Next time, thank you so much for absolutely everything. Cheers. Love and appreciate